Here comes Durthu, now leading the charge against the forces of Nurgle. Look at that beautiful soul grinder and Chaos Knights. Love all this. SkarBrand wants to try some stuff out, and I'm ready to oblige him. Got a branch wraith, dryads, a lot of tree folk, Durthu with his flock, and all the nonsense. And on this side, a bunch of Nurglings, 2 Chaos Knights, Soul Grinder and Nurgle, which makes sense. And last time I did this matchup against SkarBrand the Exiled, I went with a shit ton of shooting. This time I'm gonna mix it up and bring half as much shooting. I got my skirmish cav here. We're gonna fast forward because it's gonna take a while for Nurgle to get on any points, and we're gonna try to triple cap SkarBrand as early as we can. Go for his point, force him to try to take that, and then yeah, go for the middle point, my own home point. And this is what makes Wood Elves just so strong. It's similar to Beastmen, where you just have a whole army on Vanguard, ready to just take all the points and then leave. Very strong in the opening. And this build I want to try out into Nurgle because I think it does way better into Nurgle than it does, say... I think it does well into actually all the Monogod factions except for Khorne. I mean, it can still kite Khorne. My problem is Durthu and all the fire attacks are a huge problem. Well, I guess Zeech too, now that I think about it. So probably those two, Slaanesh and Nurgle would be the best bet. Because Durthu just hammers up a lot of damage. And you're going to see some of that damage going on soon enough. First, we got to take a nice formation, a good position, maybe feint that we're kind of loose and open. And I kind of like this new build I got going on. I really do. Summon in the Wildwood Rangers to come deal with the Forsaken that we know are coming. It's usually Forsaken or Chaos Warriors. And we got Melikoths for all those Chaos Knights coming to the party. I didn't think he'd bring Rancid Visitation. I thought it'd be Miasma and Stream Corruption to deal with the lines. Because last time I played against him, that's what he brought. And it kind of makes sense. But last time I brought a Spellweaver, so the healing was really nice. Fast forward here as Nurgle does like to take its time. He's getting into position, and so are we. We try to put some rounds into those, or some arrows into those Forsaken. Intercept them with Dryads and these Spear Lads, who the Forsaken are going to try to clean up so the Chaos Knights can roam. But we have so much shooting, and we have the Wild Hunters of Kernos. So it's not going to be easy for him either. And he can't see the Wildwood Rangers who are going to clean up the Forsaken by the time they finish up those spears. If they can finish up those spears. Hitting those Knights with the Melikoths. He's coming down. He's coming down! And then he drops the Rancid on top of my Branch Wraith, which I was really surprised. I was wondering, like, why is my Branch Wraith taking so much damage? And I don't actually think it's worth doing it on the Branch Wraith. I mean, it kind of is to keep your Chaos Knights alive, but it's only 600 value, or 595 for the Branch Wraith. And you're using, if it's overcast, like over 20 Winds of Magic, 20 or something, to do a Rancid on a very cheap unit. I think I'd rather just go with the Miasma spam, but he's got Children of Nurgle, so he needs that healing. And these Wild Hunters are just cleaning up the Chaos Knights. They took some damage on the charge. And here we got the Kiting Brigade. Guiding into the Kiting Cav. Just trying to slow down those poison units and give them a taste of their own poison. Yeah, look at those Wildwoods. They clean the shit out of those guys. And then Durthu on top of the Hunters of Kernos. Luckily, the Hunters also have Strider. A lot of the Wood Elf units have Strider, so they can fight on terrain and not have to worry too much. No, it doesn't look like they have Strider. Strider's only in the woods, that's right, that's right. There's something in that allows them to ignore certain terrains. I think it's only in the woods, though. Chaos Knight's coming in to hold back and retake this objective. Problem is, Durthu's still here, and he's hunting. He's hunting with his anti-magic aura, his silence aura as well. That Chaos Lord of Nurgle, Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle needs to be careful. He's trying to pick up these guys. We got more of the Stag Knights coming in so we can deal with these Knights. And the Chaos Knights and the Stag Knights are quite even in terms of how much they cost, so if we trade upwards to them, that's still pretty good. One Knight taken out by the Stags or Wild Riders of Kernos, that just pays for themselves. That's money. And then you back up them with lots of arrows, so yeah, pretty easy. Wildwood Rangers still alive, no surprise there, able to crump a lot of these units.
trying to finish up on these Chaos Warriors. Durthu getting a little smackdown on the Chaos Sorcerer Nurgle. Ooh, and he did not like that. Now the Chaos Sorcerer's trying to run, and this is what you gotta do. I was actually surprised how... I don't know. A lot of these forces are starting to just fold. Those Glade Star Shafts are still alive. The Chaos Knights are too. Good use of them. This is why you try to chase or finish off units, because you never know when they're just going to come back. And because of the Knights are so weak and so low in model count, my Glade Riders with bows should be able to finish them off on the charge. Durthu and the Stag should be able to clean up these Knights along with the Forsaken here. And we also got the, what is that spell? Flock of Doom coming in as well, so there's nothing. And here is a huge mistake. One I also make quite well too, quite often as well. I have my Lord deep into enemy territory. You saw there's Great Night Stags, Wild Hunters of Keranos, and Durthu. Well, in that combination, we're gonna trap this Lord. And this is why you gotta listen to Harrison. He's giving me that good old comment back in the day. Don't dive your Lord, and this is why. This is exactly why. And the Soul Grinder's trying to get him, but the Wild Riders and everything's just too much mass for him to get through, and we're just cleaning up. We also got the Starfire Shafts coming back in to shoot into the Soul Grinder as well. Yeah, for those who can't tell, this is pretty much going to be GG. His Lord's trapped. His units are still being bogged down by my other units. Glade Riders, Wildwood Rangers. GG SkarBrand, GG's. Yeah, he was expecting Spellweaver, maybe a Glade Lord on Stag, but we brought the big tree. The big tree will beat that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe just not try to charge me, maybe just try to build up a force could be ideal, but even if he does that, I could just shoot down all his Nurglings and take care of his front line, and Melikoth's his elite. Yeah, I think the build just needs some refining. Keep the Chaos Knights in reserve instead, and just try to go overwhelm me with a bunch of mass. Alright folks, we're at the end of the video here. If you like it, please like, sub, follow me on YouTube. We're on the road to 2,000. Come join the Discord, whether it's to see me on the stream or play some games. Either way works for me. Alright, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace and goodbye for now.